Tony D and Little Joan here with a Screenwriter's Rant on Wild Abandon, a new TV series from Netflix about a guy who leads a double life as a punk, like a punk, not a punk rocker, but a punk. If you know what that is, smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 8. So this looks kind of interesting. This guy's having a midlife crisis. He's getting panic attacks. And so what he decides to do is he decides to dress up like a punk and go out and sort of live a double life as one of these guys with the giant mohawk and a crazy jacket. And then he goes to clubs and he drinks and gets into trouble, you know. But he's doing it in a country, I'm not sure what country he's in. I suspect it's an Arab country because there's a scene where he's talking to a sheik. So it's probably a Middle Eastern country in which, you know, being a punk would be a big deal. But it's his way of kind of... and then I guess this is the Arab word, maybe the Arab word for anarchy? Wakara? I'm not sure. So he's having this midlife crisis. The weird thing about this trailer, though, it plays that song, you know, there is a house in New Orleans, like that song, instead of a punk song, which is weird. So it kind of throws off the entire aesthetic for me a little bit, because I'm thinking, like, you know, that predates punk, that song. And then, you know, they should be playing punk music, like Sex Pistols, like so I mean, it looks interesting. March 30. It's called Wild Abandon. There's no way I drank 35 centiliters of raki. Not sure what raki is either. I'm not sure what any of this is because it's a foreign country. So the characters don't look like they're from a Middle Eastern country. Maybe it's Russia or one of the Baltic states. These are his bros. They hang out together and dress in punk outfits and do punk things. They beat up a guy in one scene. I mean, it kind of looks like fun. Kind of looks interesting. I mean, I like the idea that he's leading a secret life. That's kind of cool. I'm not sure what this is. This is his brother, I think. I think this is his dad firing off a gun in the backyard. So I'm not sure where this is. I don't think it's Russia, though. Tamgazino. I think it's one of the Baltic states. That's what I'm guessing, because it's a little bit Middle Eastern and a little bit... It feels a bit Slavic, a bit Baltic, and a bit Middle Eastern. So... Yeah, see, here he is with some Middle Eastern guys. So that's what leads me to believe that takes place. I mean, the synopsis is, in a haze of a midlife crisis, an architect begins living as a double life as a punk, while members of his family lead their own crisis-ridden lives. So I think it's the kind of, like, light drama we'd get here in the States if everything wasn't so woke and disgusting. And the reason it works better in a foreign country right now is because most foreign countries have some measure of tradition, and then you have something to rebel against. So this is a narrative that a lot of Americans can get behind because it's a very old narrative. You know, if you had done this back in the 80s when punk was big here, it would have resonated. Now, you know, now they let every pink hair run around with every crazy outfit you want. In fact, Congress just passed a law saying you can't fire anybody with weird hair. So I mean, from that standpoint, it looks like it'll be an interesting thing. It seems like the character... I mean, he's the most interesting character in the mix. Maybe his dad, if that's his dad. So I'd watch it. I'd give it a shot. The some of it will be lost on people who don't speak the language, which I'm not sure what it is. maybe somebody out there knows it and recognizes it immediately. I mean, they're definitely not Arab, because I don't think the characters look Arab. So I don't think it's deep in the Middle East. If I had to guess a country, what country would I guess? Because the sheiks could be tourist, right? So it could be in the Baltic states, because they're fairly light-skinned. So not Russia, but like, and probably not the Ukraine. So probably someplace else, like, I'm going to guess like Belarus or Kazakhstan or someplace like that. Maybe Chechen. Not sure where. I'm sure somebody out there is like, the skyline. Don't you recognize the skyline? And Tam Casino, which I'm sure is the name of the bar. See, that's another giveaway too. It's not Russian letters, and it's not Arabic. So what country could it be? I don't know. I mean, I guess it could be could it be a Nordic country? It doesn't feel very Nordic. The scenery looks way too warm for like a Nordic country. And I don't think it's like France or anything like that. The language didn't sound that way. No place in Europe. Maybe Greece. Maybe Greece. But yeah, the names didn't sound Greek. It's going to be interesting to see what that is when one of you corrects me in the comments. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more based takes. We got a Hollywoke hot take and a news blast. We'll see you in the next one.